man. Putting pineapple on your pizza.
Hell no, man.
Hell no, man.
Hell no.
I agree. Well, let me take it a step further. Ranch on the pizza.
My kids do that.
A lot of people.
I don't fuck with ranch. Period. I hate ranch.
I
hate ranch. I don't like the smell of it. If you put it in the sink and you don't rinse out the bowl, I'm pissed. If you putting it in a trash can, don't get it around I hate ranch. I don't want it on my hand.
Let me ask you a question.
If you eating ranch right here, if you go get some ranch, I'm moving around. I don't like the smell of it. I don't know, bro.
Do you like mayonnaise?
Nope.
That's why. Man, I mean,
nothing white.
It's
but Megan.
Is that okay? Good. That's good to know, buddy. Asshole. All right. And by the way, for our crowd, this is Blurred Lines. Bean does like white people. Okay, he's just trying to be funny right now.
Man, I don't like nobody, man.
Well, I know that. Yeah, I'm pretty aware.
But the God in me loves the God in everyone.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I don't like ranch or pineapple on my pizza either, man. We're on the same page there. All right, man. So horror movies, scary movies, man. I've never really understood the allure. What are your thoughts on horror movies? Hell no or hell yeah?
I'm not a big horror movie fan.
No?
But, I watch them.
Is it because they always kill the black guy first?
Man, nigga,
they certainly don't take an alien approach. You know what I'm saying? They take the opposite of the aliens. They
ain't giving a nigga a chance, man.
But I do think that Hollywood kind of heard that 10 years ago, and I've been noticing that now
it lasts a little longer.
The black characters, the protagonists, they're the ones that save everybody at the end. Kill the serial killer. You know what I mean? But when you look back at all those Freddys and Jasons and all that shit from the 80s and stuff.
The women running and falling and shit.
Yeah.
Bitch, get up, ain't nothing over there.
And she's always got big boobs.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm not a huge fan. All right, man. This one right here. I have a feeling this.
And I don't like shit just jumping all out at me, man.
So you're not big into haunted houses either.
Man, I fuck around, slap shit out you, boy. You jump out at me.
Yeah.
I ain't doing all that.
Especially if they grab you.
Hey.
Stop it. All right, man. How about this one? Jay-Z is a top 5 rapper of all time. Hell no or hell yeah?
No, man. Don't get me wrong, Jay. He done stole too much from me, man. I can't give him that. You've been biting too much. You done stole a lot of lines. Even his rap style. They had a group called the Young Guns, and they had this, Chris and Neef. And if you go back and kind of listen to how Chris flowed, that's the Jay-Z flow. Jay-Z didn't rap like that prior to that. If you listen to his early album, Reasonable Doubt, the Volume 1, he didn't have that rap style. So he stole the kid rap style and everything, man. And don't get me wrong, I think all the greats in every sport kind of steal stuff here and there from other, people to. But man, you gotta give credit, man. If I steal something from you and it makes me a better person, I learned that from Andrew. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, them words. I hear me say them different type of words. Yeah, I got that from Andrew. Give people credit, man. You can't be stealing from people and don't want to give them credit, but you want to receive all the credit. So for me, man, I'm gonna say hell no, man.
I'm gonna say hell no too. I think. To your point, you can't argue that he's a very successful businessman. That's a fact. But his music to me has never really been in that upper echelon of some of the great rappers. And his style, to your point, is just, it's a little bit boring to me. That kind of slow, I don't know, it's hard to describe. But you're saying that he stole that from someone else, right?
Yeah, and another thing is, man, when we having these topics, because a lot of people, we talking strictly like rap. People want to bring in, like you said, okay, he's a great businessman. People want to bring in that, what I'm saying? Just like we talking about LeBron. Mm-hmm. At some point, somebody gonna bring in, he's very, philanthropist, and he does this with his money. And we talking strictly about the game. You know what I'm saying? And everybody has their own, opinion on this, so it's really no right answer. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah, man, I don't know, man, And then he never, like the impact. You know what I'm saying? Like music has a lot of impact on people.
That's right.
In different points in their life.
How it makes you feel.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I tell people, like, when they go with the Jay-Z and the Tupac, I'm like, bro, when I was that 14, 15-year-old kid, like, all I heard was Pac, man. You know what I'm saying? All I heard when people jamming and boom, 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 all I heard was that All Eyes on Me album. I wasn't hearing Reasonable Doubt. You know, maybe they was, in New York and upstate, up north somewhere, but all I heard was Pac, man. So that's what affected me as a kid. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm gonna say nah when it comes to me, because his music never really I can't pinpoint a time in my life where, his music had an impact on something I was doing. Now, that first Blueprint album, I kind of liked it. That was right around the time I was probably 01. I graduated high school, somewhere in there. That was a great album. But other than that, man, like, he ain't really did much for me, man. I couldn't stand him when Pac was alive. If Pac didn't fuck with you, I ain't fuck with you. Because that's how much of a Pac fan I was.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then, the music, I'm all about the message in the music. You know what I'm saying? Like, so now, man.
Yeah, there's really only one song that Moment of Clarity I like,
Yeah, I like Moment of Clarity. That's on the Black
Album. You know what I mean? Like, there's one, like, whereas I could list off dozens from some other artists.
Yeah.
So far we're 3 for 3 on this. All right, here's my last one. Then I know you got some stuff for me too, but hell no or hell yeah, I consistently drive 5 to 7 miles over the speed limit. For me, it's a hell yeah. I do. Guilty.
5 to 7?
Yeah.
I'm averaging 10.
But you consistently drive
over?
Hell
yeah, man. Even if I see the police, I pass their ass up. Man, I don't give a fuck about that, man. Like,
So
I hate to see a group of motherfuckers when it's a police here and they all just floating right behind them. Man, get behind them and get out my way, man.
So I think that this is a Texas thing, man. I don't know when the last time you drove out of state was, but every time I go to another state and I drive, I'm like flying by people on the highway. And I mean, look, I don't go 20 over. I'm not out there trying to do that. But I look down at my speedometer and it's like,
get the fuck out the way, man.
Speed limit 65. I'm going 71. And I'm flying by people. And so I think that in Texas, it's one of those, if you don't drive a little bit over the speed limit, like, you're getting in people's way or you're going to cause a problem. I mean,
get the fuck out the way, man.
Go with the flow.
Especially around rush hour. Around like 4, 5 when traffic is, and once I got a little room to maneuver, you say, you shouldn't have married the bitch. Move. It ain't my fault you don't want to go home. You done got out work. You smoking squirrels and you driving slow. Get the fuck out the way. You shouldn't have married her.
Just waiting for time to go by. So maybe she'll be asleep. So, what do you got for me, man? I know you got a few things for me.
I think the one I had was, hell yeah, hell nah, if you got paid $1 million, would you spend a night in a haunted house?
I need more information, man. Like, talk to me about this haunted house. I mean, is it one of those? Has it been condemned, or is it
scared? I mean, he's scared.
I might be. Shit, $1 million though is a lot of money, and so I'm willing to endure some tough situations for that. So they've got all these hotels all over the world that are quote unquote haunted. You know what I mean? Like, in their occupied.
I didn't ask you for $1 million. Would you stay at night at Diddy's house? I said a haunted house.
So I mean, I would do it right now because Diddy's locked up, right? So it'd be safe. But not a year ago. Yeah, man. I'm gonna say maybe. I'm gonna say maybe. I would stay up all night. I wouldn't sleep. That's for sure. I would be very vigilant. Am I by myself? If I'm by myself, that's probably better. Like, if I've got my family with me or something like that, I think anxiety would take over and I'd be all worried about them and shit. And but let me just answer with this. Hell yeah, I would try. But show me where that door is. Show me where the I'm pussing out door is. If I need to run through it. What about you?
$1 million.
You'd probably rather have an encounter with aliens, right?
I fuck with them aliens, man. Yeah, because they ain't gonna fuck with me.
Right.
And I want to go. They ain't gonna fuck with me because the other niggas done fucked it up. 1%, man.
Ate all their food.
I'm kind of mad at that, man. Like, goddamn, my nigga, 1%.
I know.
Shit.
Is it possible that aliens are racist? Is that a possibility?
No, it's just that the 1% of the niggas that they took up there, they were like, no.
They just fucked it up for everybody else.
Yeah, you know John got fired yesterday. What'd he do? He brought one of them niggas up here, man. That nigga back there eating up all the motherfucking...
You think John is an alien name?
Yeah, yo. Yeah, got rid of John, man. John can't fly the spaceship no more than that. Yeah, man. So for $1 million, man, fuck it, man. I'm gonna take my chances, bro.
Yeah,
like, shit, it is what it is. Shit, I done seen some scary looking motherfuckers. So yeah, I'm. Hell yeah, give me that million, man.
Give me the million.
You know what I'm saying? Give me that million. But the thing is, like, shit. What we talking about overnight? Shit, what 12? What 12? What we consider night? 10 o'clock to.
No, I mean you got to go in that. You got to go in that thing when the sun goes down until the sun comes up. So it's probably gonna be like,
damn, that's 6 to 6.
That's what you're signing up for, man. Hey, look, $80,000 an hour, man. You ever made $80,000 an hour in your life? Okay.
6 to 6, man. It's gonna be. Damn, that's long ass time. I don't know, man. Shit, I don't know.
I would do it. But again, like I said, show me that door. So
that's life changing money though. So yeah.
Well,
my shit got to be tax free though.
Okay.
It got to be tax free.
Well, it was your question.
6 to 6. 6 to 6. It got to be tax free.
It was your question.
Come out that bitch, you handed me 65, 600, 650,000. Nah, bro. Where the rest of my bread at? You know, I'm taking 35% out of my motherfucking money. Yeah, man. I think so.
What else you got today, man? You got any Ask a White Guys?
Man, I'm finna change the whole trajectory of this episode with this Ask the White Guy. Why is it that America don't like niggas, bro? What is it about us that why does America always want to Derek Chauvin us, man? Knee on neck.
So is this a question for Americans or for white people?
I gotta ask the white man, bro.
I think that's a blatant statement. I think that you know damn well that the entire
look at my face, man. Put the camera on.
Yeah, he's smiling at the camera.
Go ahead.
All right. So, well, no, I'm letting you have your moment here before I begin my answer. So I know you wanted to smile at the camera. So, all right. So your question is, reframe that question, so I can give you a legitimate answer.
What is it about America? What do America have against black people, bro? Like, why is it that, why is it that, see, they have a term where, you know, you say, you gotta pull it up from your bootstraps and, okay, let me break this down a little bit because I want to give some clarity. So, we as black people, especially the black man, like the black man is the least protected person, entity, or whatever you say, on American soil. And it's been this way for the longest. As a black man, I'm walking around, I'm seeing certain people, I'm constantly thinking, I wonder if this person racist. I wonder how this person feel about me. I wonder how, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's gotten to the point where at one point, grandma and granddad, that nigga couldn't do no wrong in grandma's eyes. Then it got to the point where America took the one thing the black man had was the woman and turned that against him too.
How did they do that?
Shit, they did it through a whole bunch of different ways. They did it through, cause now we ain't going through a feminist movement. You know what I'm saying? Where, you know, women, cause you know, back in the day, we was living in like the industrial days. So most of the work was only work that man could do. You know what I'm saying? Women couldn't do the work, so they was kind of confined to the crib and dealing with the kids.
Right.
So eventually, you know, women's gained their right. Women start to work. Jobs start to becoming from industrial to behind the desk jobs and stuff like that. Then I think from that point on, I think America did everything they could to turn that woman against that man, and that's how Pawpaw and them had growing up. You know what I'm saying? If they couldn't count on nothing and nobody else, they could always count on that woman, you know what I'm saying, to no matter what, you know what I'm saying? Like you had the Temptation had the song Papa Was Rolling Stone. Mm-hmm. You see, if y'all might not know this, but in a lot of black family, like the older grandmas and generations, when granddaddy died and you show up to the funeral or the viewing, it's people that you don't even know, and that's your brother. Granddaddy was out there putting in work whole time. Grandma knew about it. But you know what I'm saying? It didn't change. She stood beside that man. She knew about Greg, you know what I'm saying? She knew you may not know about it, but she always stood. He could do no wrong in her eyes, because I feel like it was a sense of this man deal with enough, and I have to be his comfort. I gotta be his peace. So no matter what he does, I'm gonna play my role. And I think America has did a lot to take that one. That was the last thing that a black man had to hold on to. We knew we had that woman that was gonna side with us no matter what. And I think they sold us out for the I wouldn't say the protection, for the
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, like, what would be the motivation behind America wanting to do that? Genuinely, I'm curious. Like, what? Because I'm not sure I agree with you on that. But then at the same time, I don't have the inside knowledge of it, exactly what it is that you're describing right now. So
let me ask you this: would you say that it's been a level playing field for black men and white men since you can remember?
Oh, no. So that I do feel confident commenting on. I mean, so
when you say you disagree, what part do you disagree on?
Well, the part that I disagreed on was, and it might just be that I don't have enough information on it, about America turning the black woman against the black man. Again, I'm not a black man and I'm not with a black woman, so I don't know if I have the intel to really speak to that. And but where my disagreement comes from is more from the perspective of curiosity. What would the motivation of that be?
I mean, we gonna take care of you. So if I tell you, okay,
so you mean with like social programs and support?
Yeah,
and things
in
like
return,
that? Okay.
in return for you getting rid of homie over here,
mm-hmm.
I would give you the house. I would give you the stipends to get the stamps to get the food.
So So are you saying that like assisted living, food stamps,
benefits
is promoting black women to not be as needy, or not need a man as much?
Absolutely.
So do you think that the male figure has any role in that, though?
No.
Mm-mm. Okay.
Mm-mm. And that's what, so that was and maybe I kind of caught y'all go and give you time to, educate yourself on it. But you know what I'm saying? Like, that's always been a question that I've had. Like, what is it about? Because I think me and we was having a conversation over here, and when I walked in, you said, "Oh, you being philosophical already?"
Oh yeah.
That was what I was saying. I was like, at the end of the day, like, if I had a red cup and I took a blue cup and I poured water in both of them,
mm-hmm.
it's still water,
right?
So we're spirit and soul. If you take away this and you take away that, up under it, we all spirit, soul, and whatever.
Right.
So it's like.
Yeah, you and I have talked about this before at a morgue. If you took our bodies at a morgue and stripped the skin off of them, like the muscular and the skeletal and all of that would look the exact same. You would only be able to tell that we were males, right?
Yeah.
But so I guess to kind of go back to the question, I think that the dislike or the hate that you're speaking of, I think it's rooted from, slavery, and I think that over time I think it's dissipated to an extent. I feel like, but again, I don't walk a day in your shoes. I feel like society is evolving. It's probably not at the pace that everybody would like it for it to be, including myself. I also think that it's very geographic. I think that there are certain parts of our country that are more accepting to it than others. I see it. I'm sure you feel it. Okay. I think that one of the biggest frauds out there, though, is, and I don't want to get into a deep political part of this because we talked a lot of politics last week, but I think that there are people in power, I'll leave it at that work really, really hard to prevent certain groups, certain societies from ever thriving or evolving from where they are right now. And they do that very deliberately through, project housing, benefits, to keep everybody all in one area, okay? So they don't wander off into areas that they shouldn't be in, all right? And I think that that's done by design. And I think that there's still a little bit of a lot of that's going on out there.
So let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
So because a lot of the Constitution and all this stuff, it was written for a long time ago.
Sure.
So as we get more people that's getting more conscious and we gaining more people like the Andrews of the world, you know what I'm saying? I don't understand, like, why is it that more, and I guess because, if it's not at your door, then, I guess if it's not knocking at your door, then it's something you don't really pay attention to. But I'm not really understanding, like, why isn't it more? And I'm trying to.
So I'm not ever going to sit here in this chair or even outside of here. I mean, we've known each other long enough and pretend to say that I know what it's like, because I don't. You know what I mean? But I am aware of it, and I do observe it, and I have seen it, and I've talked to people that have experienced it. But I feel like it would be negligent for me to be like, well, yeah, I understand how you're feeling, or I understand what that's like, because there's no way. I'm a white guy, right? But I've seen it with my own two eyes, and I've seen how folks respond or react when they're in a situation where they're uncomfortable with someone that's around them because of race or something else. And I don't know how we fix that as a society. I think for me, the biggest impact that
I think it started here though.
Well, it starts here, yes, right here. But I also think it starts outside of these doors with how we parent and how we raise our children. And I think that I can point to my parents for the reason that I conduct myself the way that I conduct myself today. I think that those are learned traits, and they're not inherited. I think the opposite of that is inherited as well.
But even though it's inherited, when you run across something that's maybe a policy, or maybe because you have situations where you have kids graduating college, coming in as interns.
Mm-hmm.
I qualify just like you qualify.
Mm-hmm.
Even though you was raised a certain way, if you can benefit from that, you're gonna take that, right? If you can benefit from not being black, even though you may know, damn, this dude here, I just seen this dude kill this road. He was better than me. But if I can benefit from being white, because I know, at the end of the day, even though you was raised with morals and values and all that, it's hard to not get something. Just say if it's something that you want bad. And then me and you, we going after a role or a job or anything, and you may sit like, damn, this dude is really good. I've seen how he moving. Like, shit, I may not get this motherfucker. But then we get in there, there's a certain individual back there, giving the credit, saying whatever the case may be, and you feel like, man, I didn't do my best. I know this guy deserved. I didn't win that position today. He won it today. But then you turn around, you didn't win it, but he give it to you instead of me. Like, even though you was raised off how your parents was raised, or your morals, your principles, your integrity, you still gonna take that, because even though you didn't deserve it.
Well, if it's a job or something that I need, and I had no influence in the decision making process, I simply applied and interviewed for the job, as did you in this scenario, right? and the hiring manager or whatever chose me for the job when I knew that you were more qualified or a better fit for the job, then yeah, I would take the job. But at the same time, Bean, I would have a preconceived disposition on the man that I just decided to work for. Okay, and that would stick with me. But I would be lying if I sat here and said, no, I insist that you give the job to the other guy. Because first of all, he's probably still not going to do it, and I'm going to lose that neither of us are going to
neither one of us going to get that motherfucker.
Okay, yeah, exactly. We're both out here.
Trash out here.
But I think that, look, I think that I don't know if we are ever going to see a full cure of this in our lifetime, Bean, because, we've been around on this earth for 40 something years. God willing, we're here for another 40 something, right? What I hope for every single day is progression. And I think that when I'm out in public interacting with people, I do not feel or see the venom and the hate that is portrayed through the media as ever constant and ongoing. And we live in Texas, in the South, which is proclaimed to be the most racist part of the country. I fucking disagree, because you go up north and you can feel it. You can feel it up there. As a white guy, I can feel it up there. Yeah. Okay, like looking around and there's like I'm at a restaurant or a bar at a game, and there's like a table of black people and they're the only one in the restaurant, and you can clearly tell that they're being treated differently by the employees, or that they're being treated differently by the people that are around them. Just I don't want to just go up to the Northeast. You know what I'm talking about. But I think that at a certain point, there's also a reverse to this as well, where through different types of affirmative action and things, how does it make a black guy feel when an NFL team interviews you for a head coaching job only because they have to check 3 boxes and hire and interview 3 minority coaches?
The Rooney
rule. And so for me, like, and that doesn't make me upset, like from a jealousy perspective of like, oh, that's not fair. That's not how I feel about it. I think it's a little bit humiliating, to be honest. I mean, but again, I'm on the outside looking in. Like, how do those black men, in this specific instance, we're talking about the NFL head coaches, how do they feel when they walk in to interview for a job knowing that old boy's going to promote his offensive coordinator, the white guy?
I got to do this just because it's a rule that states that I have to interview.
No. So not the interviewer, the interviewee. Like you, the black guy, goes in to interview for a job.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
so I'm walking in and I'm knowing the only reason why he's interviewing me because there's a rule that states.
Does it feel insulting though?
Yeah.
Like theatrical?
Yeah, like, and it feels like you just bring me in to check one of those boxes because you got to interview how many?
I think it's 2 or 3.
2 or 3.
Yeah.
So I'm coming in feeling like, okay, I'm just one of those 2 or 3.
Exactly. And so I think that what sometimes in society, I think that we take these because everybody wants to save this issue, right? Everybody, and most of the time it's very influential, highly political white people that feel like they're going to come in with this cape on and they're going to eliminate racism in Dallas. All right. And the reality of that is that's false. You're never going to be able to completely eliminate what people think in the privacy of their own home. All we can do is help shape the way people act and treat each other. And the opposite of that too is, there's some of these affirmative action policies. Like I remember like several years ago, the city of Dallas, both fire department and police department, they sent out a memo saying we've got to hire, our next 20-something hires need to be people of color to balance out our numbers. And I think that the flip side of the scenario, the example that you brought up earlier about you and I both go interview for a job, you outperform me, you're better fit for the job, but I get the job. That could happen in the reverse as well. It's like, okay, I have to hire 10 police officers this month and they all have to be black. So I interview 100 people. And man, there's like 8 really outstanding black candidates, but the rest of them are not qualified. But I got to pick from this pool of unqualified people.
But it shouldn't. My thing is, it shouldn't even come to that.
So the numbers should be balanced at the onset, is what you're saying.
It shouldn't come to that. So if it's coming to that, it's basically saying that we ain't hiring enough niggas.
So what you're saying is that the issue arises at the beginning of at the beginning of building this employee base, and you're not wrong. So for me, that's what I focus on Not so much okay, so let's hire a bunch of minority people to balance this out. So on paper, okay, it looks like we're being fair and balanced. And also now there's certain tax credits that you can get for proving that you have a diverse employee base. Okay, so now they're incentivizing certain companies and businesses with money, okay, to hire people to have a more, balanced.
Which is pathetic.
Well, it is. So here is the answer, man. And I wish I had a magic wand or the authority to make something like this happen. We need to give everybody an opportunity to be the best versions of themselves. Okay, and it starts with the education systems. Okay, are we providing the best educational schools and systems and teachers in every single neighborhood in this city? Okay, no. So let's start there. Okay. Second, are we giving young Americans in all neighborhoods the opportunities to go get entry level jobs? Okay, like your son has, like this young man over here has, so they can learn responsibility and how to build credit and how to manage a bank account? No. Right?
Nope.
You go to certain parts of South Dallas, they're food deserts, right? The only place that you can go get a job or buy something is the corner liquor store, all right? And that's owned by somebody that's owned it forever, and they're not hiring anybody.
They probably Asians or somebody that don't look like us.
Right. So for me, it starts there. It starts with how we can get the next wave and generation of our youth, all races, okay, to the same even playing field, okay? And then it goes to college, right? Is everybody getting the same opportunities at the same schools? The same scholarships are available here. Okay, do we have economic hardships available for people of all color? And then after that, the hiring process. All right, best person gets the job. Some of these, go ahead.
I think it's simpler than that.
Okay.
I think it start with motherfuckers look like you, and motherfuckers look like me, and we sit down and quit being bitches and have this fucking conversation.
That's right.
Because nobody want to have this conversation because it's get too uncomfortable.
That's right.
Put emotions to the side, and as a society, understand that goddamn me, motherfuckers that look like Andrew, motherfuckers look like me, we have the ability to change this shit because it start with a conversation.
That's right.
Then Andrew have influence over the people he with. He has some kind of influence. You had them conversation with your people, had them conversation with my people then, because the thing is, man, there's more of us in this world than there is the people that's controlling everything. We actually control everything.
We got the numbers.
So if we start having these kind of conversations and quit being little bitches and not want to say nothing, because that's the reason why I asked you that question, because I want to make it uncomfortable. I want to rattle you a little bit, but understanding like, man, that's where the growth come from.
You ain't rattle me, man.
You know what I'm saying? That's where the growth come from. Well, I want to rattle somebody who watching this.
Yeah,
so if you watching this and you a white man and you've never had an experience with a black man, and all you have is TV shows and movies you saw, and that's what you basing your feelings toward a nigga about, bro, like you wrong, my nigga. And vice versa for you niggas. Because I was raised, I don't trust them white, because the only white people I was interacting with was the police or somebody in an authority type, manner. You know what I'm saying? So so it took me to get around people and start running to the Andrews and stuff like that. That's why when you first met me at the park, I really kind of, this white boy won't, man.
Yeah, we told that story last
week. Because I was taught not to trust the white man, bro. Even when I didn't even have any experience with a white man. So everything that I was taught, and man, it's crazy out here, bro. But I was tell everybody who, and I don't know your relationship, me and Andrew have a great relationship. Even if you got somebody that's your neighbor, some of y'all been neighbors for a while, and maybe y'all wave at each other and never had a conversation, man, have a conversation, man. Because it starts with us. Because at the end of the day, we all want what's best for everybody.
That's right. We all want to live a happy, fulfilled life. Be around the people that we love and feel safe. And I mean, I like the idea of giving the audience some homework, man. And you go say hi or talk to somebody.
That's great. That
you normally wouldn't do. At the grocery store. Say hi to that person behind that counter, or go help that person get that item off that top shelf, or stop and wave and have a conversation with that neighbor that lives 3 doors down that y'all have always been friendly on paper, right? Like I went name. I don't even know his name. Find out his name. But my encouragement on that would be both ways. We're not just talking about black guys doing that with white guys or white guys doing that with black guys. Females too, but
we are the most prejudiced people it is as black people. Oh, we the most prejudiced people it is.
Well, I think that there's something to say about maybe y'all are more openly honest about it.
Shit, and it's a difference between racist and prejudice, and a lot of people don't. They need to, do their due diligence, and because a lot of people don't know the difference between the two.
So we've talked about this before. You and I have had long discussions, but just for our audience, real quick, summarize that. Give me an example of prejudice versus racist.
Prejudice is nothing. It's right in the word. You just prejudging somebody.
Right.
Racist is economically. Do I have the power to stop you from growing? And that's why I say black people can't be racist. I said that one time on Facebook. And
shit blew up.
Yeah. Oh, he's racist. What for me saying that black people can't be racist? This is what I said. I said black people can't be racist. Now we prejudiced in a motherfucker.
Right.
And somebody said, "Oh, he's racist."
I just tried to explain to you that's impossible.
But that person was motherfucker. That person was an idiot and probably have a pumpkin seed as a brain. So and it almost kind of went somewhere, but it is what it is. And that was a white person, a white woman.
Oh, really?
You know what I'm saying? Fat bitch. You know what I'm
saying? Be nice, B. Save your energy for what matters, man. Save that energy.
Yeah, man.
Speaking of energy, man, you came in with it today.
Yeah, man. Because on our way over here, we seen this guy, and he had what did his message say? Something for some food or starving need food. White guy.
Okay.
So I pull up to the light. He right here, and I'm seeing the sign, go in my wallet. Gave him, like $3, $2 or $3. So as when I give him the money, he starts this conversation. He's like, "Hey man, like," he was saying like, it's only 1% of people out here that look at me and do what you're doing. 99% of the people don't even look my way, don't even treat me like I'm human. And we having this conversation now, and the light red. And I was like, man, 'cause the crazy part about it, like, I see that a lot out here, bro, and that bothers me. Like one time, and I'm gonna get back to the guy. Like one time, I went to the Aldi's right there on 544, and I think I probably told you this story. I can't remember. And it was she looked like she maybe was an Indian lady or something like that, and she was standing right where the doors at. She had a sign. So I pull up in the car, and I'm just sitting in the car, and I was like, I want to see, because bro, like, I'm a human, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like and that's the misconception when it come to black people, bro. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people think like we some of the sweetest individuals it is, man. Like we was raised to look out for others, man, because that's how we was able to build. Like watch grandma get sugar from the next door neighbor and get flour to the lady across the street. So that's just who we come from. Now, over the time, have they did some things in these areas to manipulate that? Absolutely, and that's what they push. But black people are some of the most sweetest, kindest people it is. So I'm sitting in the car, bro, and she got a sign, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm wondering, like, how many people gonna not even give her any, but acknowledge this woman here, acknowledge what she going through, cause you going into the store, you getting whatever and I sat there probably for about 5 minutes, and I just watched. And I watched everybody walk past this woman. Didn't even acknowledge her, bro. Like she wasn't nothing. But if it was a dog there, somebody would have gave that dog something.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't understand that, bro. That really bothers me. So I get out the car. I walk up to the lady. I give her $10 and go on in the store. So I go on in the store. I get what I'm gonna get, a few things. It was probably like $9 and something. Gave the guy cash. Come on back out. And I'm sitting in the car. And I spent another 5 minutes just watching. And she probably know I was watching. They in course. Only other person I seen walk up to the lady and have a conversation with her and was talking to her. And I don't know what the conversation was about because I was sitting in the car. It was a black woman, bro. I've seen people. I saw her own race walk past her. I seen white people walk past her. I seen Asian people walk past her. And I'm sitting in the car, bro. I'm strategically just watching. I don't know. I didn't see the black lady give her anything, but I don't know if she said, when I go in, I'm gonna come out, I'll give you something. But she at least not acknowledged it.
Or maybe she just said something nice and uplifting to this. Maybe she didn't have the money, man. But she just wanted to do something.
And that'd go a long way.
That's right.
That goes a long way. It don't have to always be monetary.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So she had the conversation, and I'm pulling out, and I'm after the 5 minutes, and then it kind of bothers me. I'm like, damn, bro. Like, as people, we've been so desensitized, bro, to other people. Like, I don't give a fuck what they look like. I don't care. I don't care about what he may do with the money that I give him. That's none of my business. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would suggest anybody try to keep $2 or $3 on in your wallet, man, just in case somebody need $1 or $2 for anything. But she needed formula or something like that. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to say, well, I ain't got nothing but my card. You know what I'm saying? Let's start strategically keeping a few dollars in our wallet so we can help these people when they need help. You know what I'm saying? So as I'm leaving, and I pulled out and I stopped, get out the car again. I give her $10 more. She like, thank you. I said, nah, don't worry about it. So I go to the store. I probably gave away more than what I spent. So to get back to it, today as we on our way over here, we seen a guy, people passing, but he had the light, you know what I'm saying? So the light green, ain't nobody finna stop. Stop at the red light in the first car, he right here. He didn't know, because he was doing some more stuff, so I let the window down. I kind of had to wave him over there, give him the money. And when he made that statement, like, bro, like, 99% of the people look at me like I ain't shit, bro. They don't even acknowledge me. They don't even. And I'm like, well, man, I ain't one of those people. And what I said, Andrew gonna have to wait. And I turned and I pulled up. When the light turned green, because I wasn't done having the conversation. When the light turned green for me to go and kid on her, I made the right. I pulled up in the auto zone and I blew the horn for him to come over there. Cause you don't know who this person is. Mm-hmm. And as I'm talking to him, I'm having this conversation, he started telling me like, yeah, people don't understand, like 99% of the people, they treat me like they don't look at me like I'm a person. And I'm like, well, man, I'm not one of those people. Then he started talking about how he invested in some kind of health thing. And in 6 months, what was he saying to me? He was saying something about 6 months that he's going to come into so much money. And he just told me like, I'm going to give you $1 million.
Oh man. He
was like, take my number. Like, bro, this, you know what I'm saying? And I told him, I said, so basically he was breaking down to me everything that, about the, how he's in the situation he's in and how he invested into a company. And now that the, Trump name is in office and it was some kind of health something, you know what I'm saying? And I said, man, to be honest, bro, like I wasn't even doing it for that. I just see a person out here that needs some help. You know what I'm saying? And I had a few bucks, you know what I'm saying? I just want to help you out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, I'm one of the people, man, that I know that I can easily be where you at. You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, man, I want to thank, you and wifey, you know what I'm saying, for what y'all did, we went downtown, it turned out amazing. Yep. Those clothes she gave me when that time I came over.
Did you take them out?
Got them out the storage. Washed them up, was able to give them out, to woman with kids, needed a coat, you know what I'm saying, kids' clothes. So it worked out perfect, man. But, that's all, that's what I would say to everybody, man. We gotta help each other. And as we help each other, you know what I'm saying, because it can start from the bottom. You don't always have to start from the top, because the foundation means more than the roof anyway.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So we get the foundation right, and then we can work our way up, man. But it starts from, looking past this, the skin, and understand, man, at the end of the day, we all spirit, soul. Now, some people don't have a soul. Fuck them. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to, us people, man, like me, I start keeping a couple bucks in y'all, some change. Because, man, that can mean, someone getting something to eat, whatever the case may be, bro. But that's a whole nother topic, and I didn't mean, to switch it, but that's the good thing about Blurred Linez. We might start off talking about some sports, and at any given time, it may transition into something else. But I'm pretty sure that somebody would gain something, because we not a first take. We not getting on here and just talking about sports. Right. You know what I'm saying? We not CNN. We not getting on here and just talking about politics. we talking about real life issues, but the one thing we want to keep people to understand that you got two people that's completely different that have love for each other in the way God wants us to love each other. You know what I'm saying? And we gon' make a difference. You know what I'm saying? So that's the message, man. We trying to make a difference. Find that neighbor that you cool with, that you may exchange emails with or pass by and wave that, pull to the side and have that conversation with them. Find out that person's name. You know, whether they look like you or not, because we can change this shit. It's more us than them. So that's the message for everybody, man. Come on, y'all. This shit ain't that fucking hard, man.
Amen. Yeah, man. So I'm not gonna steal your words.
Nah,
you said it.
There you go.
You said it perfectly. These are all just, for me, they're just bricks in a foundation, man. Anytime you can lay a brick, you know.
I like that.
I like that. Whether it's saying hi to the neighbor, whether it's smiling and being nice to somebody at the grocery store.
So let's build.
Let's build.
We gonna suggest everybody lay a brick.
Lay a brick this week. We're gonna come back next week. And you know, we'll always the overarching theme of this show, right? Blurred Lines is exactly what Bean just described. We're gonna mix in other topics, right? The funny, sports, keep it light. What a lot of y'all don't know is that he and I, we don't rehearse this. We have a brief discussion, sometimes just the morning of, about what we're gonna talk about. There is no script. There is no really order to how we do this. Most of this, all of it is off the cuff, and it's just us talking like we normally talk. The vision of this show came from people that would just kind of overhear us having normal conversations with each other and encouraged us to do this on a more kind of formal, structured level, such as this. And so, with the goal again being what Bean just described. To change the world, but it's not going to be he and I solely that change the world. To his point, we're just two men
laying a brick.
We need everybody to lay that brick, and that's how you start to make an impact and how you start to affect change, and that's the goal. So, man, I appreciate that monologue. I think that's a good place for us to sign off and say goodbye to our audience for the week. Again, you can check us out on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. We're available on all those sites. Send us a message. If you got a question that you want us to ask or a topic that you want us to touch on, we'll do that. And until next time, my man, I appreciate
Lay that brick, man.
Lay that brick, and we'll see everybody next week. Have a good one.